Hey Leo, welcome to your November reading. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Check out your other placements for additional messages. As this is a general reading, messages may or may not apply. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't for the next person. I can be picking up on someone around you or someone you could be dealing with, so you might have to swap the roles. And if this reading doesn't resonate right away, it may be something that happens down the line. If you guys like, you can keep it in your back pocket or you can come back at a later time. We're going to take a look into what messages need to come through for you guys for the month of November, see what you guys could be currently dealing with or what you can expect, get some insight, wisdom, and guidance, and overall see what's going on. I hope you guys are doing well, and let's get into this reading. And just a heads up, my dog is here with me today. She is just chilling right now. She's sleeping, but if you hear some sounds in the background, it's just her. There's no demon over here. It's just my dog, and she's just chilling. So hopefully it stays like that. And if there's some interruptions, I apologize. I'll cut them out because I ain't trying to waste nobody's time. Anyways, let's get into your reading. So messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for November 2020. Any messages for Leo, please? Any messages for my Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for November 2020? Show me clearly. What's going on for Leo in November 2020? Any messages for Leo? We're going to start off with the animal oracle messages. Any messages for Leo in November? What's going on for my Leos, please? Let's do one more. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have the camel coming out. This card was actually popping up when I was pre-shuffling this deck, so I kind of figured that this was going to come out, and it did. So that's cool. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have the Cobra. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for November. And the Dragonfly. Alright. So first of all, we have fire and a little bit of air. Let's talk about this. So the camel coming out first of all. This is the energy of you guys being independent and self-reliant. You know, not necessarily needing to rely on anybody for emotional support, financial support, but just being solid within yourself, being complete within you. You are already whole. You don't need to look for other people to complete you because you are already completed within yourself. And I really do love that. With the moon in the corner, we actually do have the full moon in Taurus coming up. It's a blue moon, and in this card, it's a blue moon as well. So it's just kind of fitting, and perhaps this upcoming month of November could be a very important time for you guys to be releasing and letting things go once and for all. And so maybe this upcoming full moon might be important for you. Maybe you have Taurus in your chart. The fact that Taurus is also a fixed sign, just like you, Leo, you're a fixed sign. So there are some energies that could be connected to you for this full moon coming up, and the full moon of course plays out for the rest of the month. So full moons are all about releasing, letting go. I know this is not a full moon, but the full moon is a blue moon, and I can't help but notice that this moon in this card is blue, and I'm just like thinking about the timing of everything. I'm like, okay. So for some, maybe this month coming up is going to be about you guys gaining your independence and changing your mindset, because the Dragonfly does talk about mastering the mind and mastering how you perceive and how you think. All right, and notice again the color blue is coming up in these two cards, and we also have the water alchemical symbol coming up. So maybe this is about mastering your emotions too, and not allowing your emotions to control how you think, and also again finding that independence emotionally and not looking for other people to fill your cup, but more as well filling your own cup first than letting other people dictate your happiness. It's kind of what I'm getting from these two cards coming out. The Dragonfly is a pretty spiritual card, does talk about master the light and really tapping into the highest version of yourself and trying to be more aware of what you're thinking and what you're saying to yourself, who you're surrounding yourself with. And I do believe that this also talks about needing to focus on the breath more, or like fitting some sort of meditation into your routine, making that an often priority for you, especially if you do struggle with your mindsets or how you think, or maybe you have like that negative self-talk, like being more mindful of how you're speaking to yourself. And all of this that's going on right now is definitely a learning curve, because we have the Cobra coming out, and the Cobra does talk about learning and lessons and trying to better yourself or level up. So for some, you are wanting independence, right? And that's been a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. You don't just wake up and you're one independent boss-ass bitch. No, it takes time. It takes a lot of hard work, especially when you find happiness from within instead of externally finding happiness from other people. Literally finding that within you is definitely a process. And then, like I was saying, it's not gonna happen overnight. It's all about these lessons that you've gone through that have taught you how to become independent and self-sufficient and, you know, building your own foundation so that nobody can take that away from you. That has been a journey for you. And with the Cobra out here, it does talk about, you know, learning lessons and kind of needing to take a pause to just recalibrate your energy and getting that strength, getting that energy so that you can continue to keep moving forward in a positive way, right? Because with the camel, it also talks about being able to get over whatever comes your way. And so whatever does come your way, whatever situations you might be going through, no matter how good, and my light just flickered, no matter how positive or negative it may be, that there is a lesson that you can take from these experiences and that you can get through whatever comes your way. And with the dragonfly, sometimes the situation at hand might be different than what it actually seems in the moment. As time goes on and as you begin to learn those lessons that come up in these situations, you start to realize that there's a bigger picture, or there's a reason as to why this might have happened. Because the dragonfly does talk about things not necessarily being what it seems on the surface. Yeah, on the surface it might be horrible, it might be heartbreaking, it might be stressful, or, you know, might make you angry. But like, if you dig a little bit deeper, there might be a purpose as to why this is happening. This is going to push you in a specific direction that's going to take you down a different road, and it's happening for a reason. Like right now, I know it might not seem like it, but there's a reason as to why this is happening. And also the Cobra does talk about you guys being highly protected and watched over by your loved ones, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit team. All right. And so that everything that is going on right now is happening for your highest purpose, and that you're going to be able to get over it with time. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not a week from now, but with time and patience, and just keep pushing forward and recognizing the lesson you can take from these experiences and growing and learning from it. Now, another message I'm getting is that some of you might be considering taking up a new hobby or studying something new, because Cobra does talk about studies and learning and building on top of your ideas. So that might be important for some of you. You might be going back to school, or, you know, teaching yourself something or building on top of your skills. And for some, maybe this is about your spirituality, working on your spirituality, being more open, or, you know, getting into some sort of meditation practice or yoga or something that's allowing you to open yourself up to new ideas or new things. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this. I'm going to get the book so we can get some more details, but so far so good. So the camel, resourceful, independent, and knows oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment from within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool exhale of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, and sparkle in the eye. When out of balance, dehydrated and lacks vitality, and to bring into balance, a pilgrimage. So this also does talk about perhaps taking a little trip. I know depending on the circumstances and what's going on, restrictions and all of that, definitely not always possible for everybody, but maybe if you just take like a little walk out in nature and just reconnect and spend some time outdoors if you can, if the weather is right, dress warm if you live somewhere cold like me, but just kind of get some air, spend some time out in nature and see some cool shit, go on a hike if you can, maybe a little road trip if you can, but, you know, stay safe and all that. But this is talking about travel for some. So some of you might be planning a trip down the line. Maybe some of you are planning something for like Christmas season if you celebrate, or, you know, around the winter months. Then we have the Cobra. Pause, waiting, and the inner teacher. The Cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The Cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, and ever loving. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our paths. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When in balance, a student of life humble and wise, when out of bounds, know-it-all and egocentric, and to bring into balance, taking a class and studying something new. So some of you may need to, switch up your techniques, learn a new technique, challenge yourself, do something a little bit differently, especially if something in your day-to-day lives or your skills or your work, your career, or some sort of passion that you do, art, whatever it is that you do, maybe switch it up a little bit or incorporate something new, maybe spice it up a little bit. There's always room for improvement. And then we have the dragonfly, master of the light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is the ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it's always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, and magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate and a busy mind, and to bring the balance, focus on the breath. So if you're having a hard time staying focused and getting things done, might be best if you take a moment, take some time for you to rest, gain that energy, gain that strength, but also reconnect to your breath and clearing your mind and taking control over your thoughts, and again, that's a process, that's practice, so be patient. So we're gonna pull some tarot, get some messages for November, see what's going on, and we'll see what else. Okay, so messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for November 2020. What's going on for Leo in November, please? Show me clearly. Any messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in November? Any messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for November 2020? What's going on for my Leos, please? Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in November 2020. Any messages for my Leos? What's going on for Leo in November? Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse coming out. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for November 2020. The Emperor in the reverse. Is my whole deck upside down, y'all? Nope. Emperor in the reverse. And the Seven of Cups. Okay, so yeah, there is a sense of confusion or not being able to fully get your ideas straight. Maybe you're just feeling really overwhelmed. There's a lot of things that are out of your control, and it's like the more you try to control the situation at hand, the less you actually have control over the situation itself. And so it's almost like it's asking you to take a step back and find that clarity before moving forward. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, which tell me, okay, this is not the time to take any action, which Cobra did talk about you guys needing to take a pause, take a break. We are in Mercury retrograde still, so right now there might be some delays, and it's completely out of your control. There's nothing you can do about it except sit back, wait, watch, relax, gain that energy, gain that strength, come up with a plan, right? Come up with a solid plan before moving forward, because right now it's looking like as if your ideas are not very clear or your mind's a bit foggy, right? Because we have that Seven of Cups coming out here. It's like you're confused because something's not working the way you expected it to. Maybe this is part of a learning lesson that you needed to go through. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe it's your mindset that's getting in the way of you guys having a negative self-talk or doubting yourself, getting in your head, and that can cause delays. That can become our own blockage. Let me check the bottom of the deck. We have the High Priestess, the Three of Coins, and the Eight of Swords. So there is this blockage. Totally, there is a blockage here with that Eight of Swords. So whether this is your mindset, or you're just kind of feeling stuck and you're not really sure what to do, there is some sort of blockage. But just know, whatever this blockage is, you will be able to get past it. You will be able to get past it with time. Look at this as a learning lesson. Try not to focus on the negatives. Yes, acknowledge them, look at them for what it is, but try to find the solution rather than focus and dwell on what's not working. Try to find a solution. Try to find a different way you can go about this, because there is. You're just not seeing the full picture right now, and that's okay. That's what Dragonfly said. Initially, looking at it right now, it might be one way. But when you dig a little bit deeper, which we have that High Priestess energy coming out, and the High Priestess, we all know, very spiritual, very intuitive. There's a lot of hidden messages that you're needing to dig deep to listen, right? Focus on the breath. That's what Dragonfly said. Focus on the breath so you can hear the messages, so that you can find a solution that's going to work the best for you so that you're able to get control over whatever it is that's kind of out of your hands at this moment, okay? And this is happening for a reason. It's a temporary roadblock. I don't think this is going to be like forever. It's just for the time being. This could be revolving around the workplace or some sort of career as well. I feel as if some of you are having a hard time communicating or expressing your needs or your desires or your wants. For some, if this is a workplace, you could be dealing with a boss or someone who has higher authority, and it's like you're unable to fully express your desires or your needs or your ideas. And so with the high priestess energy, that can sometimes talk about secrets or keeping things hidden or closed and not fully expressing what they truly think. Like as if you do have this plan or this idea in your mind, but you're not speaking on it, kind of keeping things on the down low. Like you have this idea on like how things could work in your mind, but it's like you're not expressing it. You're kind of keeping it on the down low because maybe you're doubting yourself or getting in your head like, oh, but what if it's not good enough? Or what if it's not a great idea? What if my ideas just get shut down? Like you're just kind of confused about something with that Seven of Cups energy. I'm kind of getting as if you are needing to take a break, take a moment to gather your thoughts or gather your ideas, because right now there's so much going on in your mind. I am also getting you guys are needing to pay attention to your intuition, to listen to what your intuition is trying to tell you and go with that gut feeling, to not doubt it. All right, you are being guided, you are being shown the way, but you need to pay attention to which way you are being directed, okay? So yeah, I do feel like this is some sort of temporary setback, but it's so that you can see the full picture before moving forward, okay? So like, I do feel like this is kind of like retrograde energy at play. You may have Scorpio or Taurus in your chart, which are your fixed sisters over there, you know? It's just like something needs to be reevaluated or looked at once more because something's not clear. But then once you finally clear it up and you're able to see the full picture or see the idea, then you'll be able to move forward or like express yourself properly. All right. Because right now you're feeling a little bit stuck or like confused. Like again, you're not able to see the full picture and there is this sense of confusion. Like you're just not really sure what the next step is, what the next move is. And so again, like I'm just repeating myself at this point, but you're just needing to reconnect to your intuition and what your gut is trying to tell you. All right, because something's not as it seems at this moment. There's something that needs to be uncovered. Okay, so I'm going to get some Tikashi message to go along with this. So I need Tikashi messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Ooh. I need Tikashi messages for Leo in November regarding this reading. I need Tikashi messages for my Leos regarding this reading for November 2020. Tikashi messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh, I just dropped a bunch of cards. I'm not taking them because it was me. I dropped them. Alright. Do one more. Tikashi messages for Leo in November 2020. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Any Tikashi messages? We have openness. Okay, so be a little bit more open-minded as well as being open to receive the messages. Right? Because if you're closed off, if your mind is distracted, you're having a hard time actually listening to your intuition. You're confusing that with your ego or other people's opinions or your logic. We have joy, messages, and listening. Literally, though, this is so fitting. I love this deck. I love this deck. Being open-minded, as well as open and aware spiritually so that you can listen to the message, to the guidance that will lead you to your joy. All right, let's talk about this. So, what was it? Openness, okay? Openness creates allowance of the self to be without judgment. Openness breaks down barriers, melts away fears, and allows creativity and communication to flow. Yeah, fears, right? Eight of Swords does talk about fears. There could be some fears or illusions, right? Getting in the way, that could be part of the blockage here. Your mindsets, I was already talking about that. Check your feelings. When you're being open, there's no need to feel defensive. Let go of all levels of fear, doubt, worry, and concern, and what you have left will be confidence, self-esteem, and love, which all function very well with openness. Right, because there could be a little bit of like lack of confidence here too with your ideas or the direction you're going down with this Emperor in the reverse. Kind of getting that just a little bit, just a smidge, right? Really, I know I'm going back to the messages with the cards. With the High Priest out here, you guys are so in tune, so gifted and talented with whatever it is that you do. But like, you're doubting yourself. You're doubting it when you have the support. You know? I don't know. I'm just kind of adding a little bit to it. Joy. Be joyous that you be. Be happy about how things are in your life. Take pleasure in the little things. Judge nothing to be too insignificant. Know that an attitude of joy can melt away all difficulties. You may be in for some delightful festives or a joyous surprise. So there's something positive that will come out of this blockage. Have trust in that. There is a reason as to why this is happening. It's temporary. Have faith in that. And you guys are needing to listen, okay? So listening. Now is the time to listen to your intuition. Slow down and quiet the mind chatter. Listen to your own words and ensure that you're using positive language. And I was saying that right from the get-go in this reading with the animal spirit messages. I swear I was saying that. When you hear others, make sure that you really listen to what is being said. And remember to listen more than just the words. Listen to your world with your heart. Alright? And that's the dragonfly, my dudes. The water, alchemical symbol, your heart, your emotions, what you feel, rather than logic. I know this is air energy, but also what it is that you feel intuitively, what you see. Really feeling that intuition, okay? I'm going to get some affirmations to go along with this, and then we're going to wrap up this reading, okay? So any affirmations for Leo, Sun Rising Venus for November 2020 regarding this reading for the next month. Any affirmations for my Leos, please? Affirmations for Leo, Sun Rising Venus for November. Any messages for Leo, Sun Rising Venus for November 2020? Any messages or affirmations for Leo, Sun Rising Venus for November 2020? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like seeing a river. Like a river. Like a calm moving river, though. Like, go with the flow. I fucking know. Whatever. Affirmations for Leo, Sun Rising Venus for November. We have Speak Your Truth. Guidance. Affirmations for Leo. Oh, that's way too many. Affirmations for Leo, please. And change for the future. I'm here for that. We love change for the future. So speak your truth. Speak your truth without malice and become more powerful. When did you say something encouraging or positive to yourself? Affirmation, I am responsible for my words. This is all about speaking to yourself, those around you, your self-talk. Speak your truth, but also speak your truth with kindness. Be kind to yourself and those around you. All right? Your words are powerful. When you speak, you're giving life to letters. Thoughts are only thoughts until you actually give life to them, all right? So say something positive to yourself. Be encouraging to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Even if you don't want to, that negative self-talk can get in the way and block us from positive things or moving forward. It can get in the way of many, many things, and that's self-sabotage. And if it's not you, be mindful of those around you, who you surround yourself with, the media that you're reading. Be a little bit mindful of who you give your energy towards, or what you give your energy towards. We have guidance. You are a beautiful soul providing a guiding light to others on their spiritual journey. Affirmation, I'm a role model for others. You make a difference in this world. You make a huge difference whether you recognize it or not, and you help others on their journey just as others help you on your journey. You are being guided and you are also giving guidance to others. And then we have change for the future. Stand firm and challenge past events in your life. The belief you need to work hard to achieve is no longer relevant. Let go and you'll be rewarded in the most unexpected way. Affirmation, I am strong. Sometimes letting go of old expectations or old mindsets you've once had on yourself or those around you. Sometimes when you release that, that's all you needed to move forward because you're releasing that control. Be open-minded and willing to listen and being open to receive. And something will change in your future. When you do that, when you let go and you open yourself up, That's when you get rewarded, and that's when things start to move in a positive way for you. That's when things start to move smoothly, when you have more trust, things like that. All right, so that is what I got for you guys for this reading for November. If you guys got something from this, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.